G'day, this is Dazza from Down Under, and I'm just running a test on 4K on the Canon M50. If I can make this work, I'm getting a new laptop to be able to handle more processing, and I've got 3 Nikon cameras now that will work at 4K, so maybe I can step up the quality of my images a bit. One thing I've been working on recently, I had the Novation base station 2. It broke down and was playing up, so I took that as a sign, spent some more time working on the RD8. So I made a few RD8 videos. I got used to working with the RD8, a bit more comfortable there now. I still haven't quite got it integrated. I have really funny feelings about the RD8. Something to do with the way it was manufactured. It just doesn't seem to have the soul of the instrument that it's trying to clone. And I really do think it comes down to manufacturing and retail and trying to make profit and marketing. And I think that's a bit of a shame. So I'm trying to find the soul in it. It has some, the RD8, Behringer RD8 drum machine has some really good qualities. It's got modern sequencing. It's got powerful sounds, but it has some really strange features. And you wonder, was it designed by a musician for musicians to use? Because like particularly the note repeat and step repeat is just ridiculous. It has, when you're up at 4 or 8 times repeat, it's just stupid. There's no point of having that. Another feature is when you press mute or solo, hang on, what is it? Yeah, like I can't even remember. I don't remember enough about it because I'm just not that smart. Whatever. Another thing I'm working on is with my looping. I've got the Boss RC 505 over here, and it's a great piece of equipment. It's really easy to use and reliable. The challenge I'm having is getting the first couple of loops down quickly. It's taking me 2 to 3 minutes just to lay a foundation track. Maybe I could have those pre-recorded, but that's not the point of having a jam. The point of my jams is it's all made on the fly, it's all created as one piece, and when you're finished, it's done. That's it, you move on. So interestingly, after I spent all that time working with the RD8, I tried a bunch of things with the Novation base station. I changed the power supply, I tried it on the USB from a laptop, I tried it on USB from a PowerPoint. These were things I was told in discussions on the user group on Facebook. They reckon these are the points. So I tried all that and it still wasn't working. Spent a couple of days with the RD8, plugged it back in again, and guess what? It's been working. So hopefully that's still the case today. So I think sometimes gremlins get in the equipment and they just do funny things. So you have to go with the flow and you have to follow your instincts and your intuition with all of this sort of stuff. So that's enough of me talking to camera. I'm not really comfortable talking to camera. I find it really, really awkward. I'm just here to make sounds and soundscapes and worlds in which the listener can have an experience. And I don't think I'm particularly good at it at the moment. I know there's a lot of boringness in my videos, and I'm just, the point of filming it is to learn that and then learn how to improve that. How can I continuously develop and improve what I'm doing to make it more of an experience for the audience and a valuable experience. I want my listener, if they're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes, I want them to come out at the end of it with something better than what they had before, and not just, oh man, I like that because it sounds just like someone else. I'm not aiming to sound like someone else. I'm aiming to use the tools I've got for my own creative expression, to put myself into the music and maybe leave behind a trail of where I've been. There's something funny about filming this moment now that makes it permanent and set in stone. And the funny thing about that is, as a person, we keep changing and evolving. So I'm never the same person twice. I'm always learning something new about myself, about people, about life in this world, life beyond this world, what we can all be, what we could create here on Earth, and what we can create for the next world as well. parallel dimensions, multiple dimension awareness. And for me, all of that comes back to the music, because music crosses all those dimensions. Sound waves and waveforms are interdimensional. They're not limited to 3 or 4 dimensions. Music always moves through time. Music and movies form archetypes of the 4th dimension, and sound spreads across into the 5th, 6th dimension. Spirits can hear and feel what we're creating here. Lost souls are often attracted in by the noise. You can actually use that as a technique to attract them in and help them to transition over, help them to cross over to their heavenly place, where they should be, a place of divine grace. That is where your soul essence originated from and will return to once you're done with these earthbound illusions. And Earth right now is like a mind trap. It's a control mechanism. There are things happening on this planet that when you're born into it, you go into a deep state of forgetting your enlightened self. You, free of earthly burdens, are an enlightened spirit. You are joyful, loving, and full truth. That's your nature. That's your essence. And down here on the surface of this planet, we're having a very mixed bag of experiences of having been separated from that. So there's a little insight into how my mind works. Many of you will not understand what I'm trying to say, and even just putting it into English words is a huge restriction of the whole understanding and process. So for me, musical expression does it better. It just goes above and beyond. It can amalgamate all components of the brain, the nervous system, and the body as one unified field, one unified force. That's what I am here to do. It will be a lifelong study. That's why I have the equipment and the technology, and I'm using it the way that I use it. And it's ultimately to benefit whoever's following this path, following me, right? Because there's many people that are lost. They're in that state of forgetting. They're believing in the duality, the good and bad, evil and light. And we're all just on a spectrum somewhere. We need to actually get balanced. We need to accept the bad things and love them unconditionally, and we need to love the good things as well, but not be excessively carried away with that. Just in a Zen manner, sitting in full acceptance of all that is, and as a human, having your heart open to love and unconditional love, regardless of the external circumstances, regardless of this light. Let's turn that off because it's bloody noisy in the background. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm wasting a lot of 4K video here. What was I even saying? Having your heart open to love. People's behavior is awful at the moment. There's really disgusting attitudes and mentalities and lifestyles across the board. It's everyone. It's all of us. Not taking personal responsibility for how you're feeling in any given moment, blaming others for how you're feeling, attacking someone else's ideology. All of that mentality has to fall away. It all has to be let go of if we're to bring through Christ consciousness, if we're to bring through unconditional love, agape love, love wide open without any need for religiosity, just for the harmony of what we're here to bring onto the planet, a planet that's been living through the dark ages of consciousness for a really long time. It's going to change, and it's going to change like clockwork. It's just because of where we are positioned within the galaxy at the moment. We're moving into a high intensity band of light, and that light is going to cleanse this planet. It's going to cleanse the sociopathic leadership that we have in control of countries like China, America, and Russia, Europe. They simply won't be able to survive in the higher frequency of light, but it's also up to the common person to shift themselves to let go of resentment, to release attachment to the past or to material gain, and to just simply be, to just exist. That's your goal here. Transmission ended.